early. You gonna say hello? Say hello. You were just barking like a bark. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Say hello. Oh, hello. Hi, everybody. I'm just here a couple minutes early because my dogs wanted to say hello. Do you want to say hello? They wanted to say hello. They were so excited to say hello today. And they were all, bonjour, bonjour. Maybe, do you know, I think Benji speaks Spanish. Good morning. Do you speak Spanish? Hey, Benji. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? I don't know. He still doesn't speak. He doesn't talk. Say hi. Can you say hi? Hi. Say hello. Here comes the talker. Hi, teddy bear. Say hello. There we go. There we go. There's the hello. Hi, everyone. Good morning. It's Rita. Hi, Wendy. Yeah, it's teddy bear. He runs off and woof, woof, woof. Now he finds a toy and he's squeaking it. How are you all today? We had a nice day off yesterday. Actually, I kind of vegged. I vibed, as my son would say. I did like a lot of just kind of brain work. Everybody needs a day off. Everybody really needs a day off. You can only sustain a full-time 7 days a week thing for so long. I hope you are all well. Hello, Kristen. We're going to make this really fun box card. This one's from Lori Whitlock, and it is a box card, which means it folds for easy mailing. I saw somebody post in the group that their kids save all the little box cards they send. I want to show you what I did on the back here because I wanted to jazz it up a little. I've made this background with this King of the Grill because it didn't, this particular one, most of Lori's projects come with like a print and cut element. But what I found out, or what I found helpful to me is, and this one did not. Yeah, look at the oven mitt. Isn't that cute? And what I found out about some of them is that it's a print and cut element, but it's probably best to cut it out from vinyl. So we'll talk about that a little bit. That's what this is. This is vinyl that I cut out from an image on in Design Space that was free. So this card's actually only $1.99. I did post the link to it yesterday, and I will post it again. But $1.99. She did have a sale, her monthly sale last weekend, or like last week. And so it's not on sale, but it's a reasonably priced project. She has some, I don't think there's any of her projects, unless it's a bundle. I don't think any of her projects are really over $4. And so it makes it really affordable to get a lot. And she has a lot of projects. So her name is Lori Whitlock, and if you want to find her site, it's shop.loriwhitlock.com. I love her, one of my favorite designers, so I'm going to show you how to put together a box card, and then we'll also do uploading it and all of that jazz. So we're going to be doing that. Before I get started, I want to just kind of catch up with you. Yeah, you did? Oh, you did? Okay. Thank you, Kirsten. Yeah, I will send it to, also, hey, so we had a really good Zoom call on Saturday night. I hope you're able to watch it or see part of it or whatever. And people brought up a few things that were troubling to them. One was there was a little bit of a problem with some the mug press and infusible ink. So I'm asking you if you have had that problem. I think it was Kathy from Idaho who had that problem initially, and then Annette posted in the group. So if you've ever had a mug that appears to be fading, if you could post a picture that I could then send to Cricut, that would be awesome. I don't think that that's happening a lot, but I think some people have experienced that. My initial inclination is thinking that maybe it's the light colors, but then again, I saw some of the black check, the buffalo check, and that was having a problem there too. So if you have a problem with that, let me know. Let's see, what else did we talk about on? Oh, so we have our Bundle of Joy giveaway that's going on until Friday. So you still have, let's see, 1 to 5 more times this week to get your name in, and I will put a link in the description of this video once I'm done with the video. If you're watching this on the replay, it will be on the replay, and so it will be in the description on the replay. Get your name in, because that Bundle of Joy, we're doing it every month, but it's a $250 value. I think I forget telling you that, but it's $250 that you could win with a Cricut Joy plus all of the extras that you need to get started. And the Cricut Joy is really just so much fun. And so I want you to win it, or at least try to win it. And we're doing this until October, I think we said. So we'll be doing this every month. Until October. So now we're doing the June. So we did April. We did 2 in April. April, May. Now this is June. We still have July. So we still have June, really. July, August, September, October. So there's still 5 more chances to win, and I want you to try to get it because it's a really fun machine. The other thing that we do is we give out prizes every month for different occasions, and on Saturday night we had a couple of show and tells that were just over the top, and those winners were Lynn Collins and Lori Richter. So Lynn Collins has been doing a lot, even though she had been in the hospital for almost a week. So I wanted to thank her, and she'll be winning $50 worth of Cricut product that at the end of the month. It does take a few weeks to get that, just so that you know. And then Lori had a whole bunch of projects that she showed us on Saturday night. Everybody had wonderful projects. Emmy and Sandra and other people. So thank you so much for bringing that. We had a great Zoom call. We'll have another one again in mid-July. And yeah, that's fun. It's so much fun to sit and chat with you, see how you're doing, and then to tape it so that other people can see it. So I really do appreciate you and your time. So there is that. Okay, so we can get started. I was reminded, it is 1 more week until Father's Day, and I haven't been doing as many Father's Day projects as people would like. So I'm doing this one, which is kind of technically not a Father's Day project. And so yesterday what I did was I put together a whole big file for anybody that has Explore or Maker that needs a quick Father's Day card. If you have the Joy, you can easily just go and select one of the insert cards. But if you don't, I have a file that has 24 Father's Day cards. These are quick, and they're all from Design Space, which means they're all free. I have left sentiments out so that you can sort of put your own, but I will give this to you. It will also be in the description of the video once the video is posted. Okay, so we're going to do this. I'm giving to you for free so that you can play around with it and have it in your stash. You know what you do is you click on the link, and then it brings you to your Design Space, and then you have to do a save as. So you'd save it as something on your desktop, because otherwise you'd have to always have the link. Okay. Yeah, so this is kind of not a Father's Day thing, but I made it a little bit of a Father's Day thing. My dad's been gone for almost 10 years, so I kind of don't think in terms of Father's Day anymore, but I still want to recognize that the holiday is here. So anyway, so this is a really cute one. It has these little grill grates. It has ketchup and mustard, the little fire, and look at these adorable spatula, and then the giant fork, and then the hamburger, which I put together. It's kind of sliding, and I wanted to show you this little part here. I thought they got the cabinet right. The only thing that I thought is I don't generally work in gray, so I thought maybe I would have changed these panels next time I do it to like a chrome. And then this here, I thought this would be a good place if you wanted to put a sentiment. But on the back, I thought it's really plain. And what do you do if you're just going to give it or not give it, and you're just going to use it as something like decoration? Because somebody was doing that. They were sending their kids, I think, these as decorations, and then they keep them all out, which I think is awesome. So what I did was I took the file, and this is an SVG, right? You have to buy. And I altered it a little bit by putting this backing on there I cut it out on double-sided paper, flip this paper over, and then cut out in permanent glossy vinyl King of the Grill, which I found on Cricut. So let me show you how I did this. These are all of my files, and we have so much going on. Yesterday I also put together this camper from Lori. Let me see if I can grab that just so you can see it. It's huge. I think that I made it too big. Oh my God, it's so huge. This is a 3D, the 3D camper. It's really authentic because it has like a little axle and everything. But you have to know that I made it too big because what happened was when I got the file, it was kind of all corrupted or something. I don't know. I got it a long time ago, and she's probably since fixed it. So I just resized it, and I made it really, really big. So I think the next time I do it, I'll make it smaller, and we'll probably do this Friday for the 3D Friday. So we'll make it smaller, and I'll use some cutesy paper. Whoops. Dropping things. Hold on. I have to pick them up before the dog comes by to chew on them. So for this paper, the paper that I used to make this was just my recollection scraps. There's a lot of little pieces always with Lori. There's a lot of little pieces. So save your scraps, folks. And this is actually everything but the actual card could be cut out on the Joy. And I know we have some people that do this sort of thing with both machines. They do the Joy, they do the little pieces with the Joy, and then they do the large piece with the Maker. They can do that. You can do that. That's fine. For the patterned paper, I did use this. It's called Park Lane Picnic in the Park. I got it at Joann's on sale. It's priced at $12.99, but I think I paid about $4 for it. And look at hot dogs and picnic things, and what's that? Lemonade. And there was a grill one, which is what I used. There's the grill one with hot dogs and ketchup and watermelon. I had an incident with a watermelon this morning I'll tell you about before we get started. My friend brought me a giant, and this thing weighed a lot. I mean, it was like a giant watermelon, very, very solid. It had to be over 25 pounds. And I kept moving it because I had watermelon that I purchased. So I figured, we won't cut that watermelon for a couple of days until I finish up the watermelon that I purchased. And this morning it decided to roll on over and splat right on the floor. And so guess who's eating watermelon for the next 4 days? And so, yeah, just be careful when you get those fresh fruits that they can get mobile pretty quickly and sticky as well. So there you go. All right, so let's get started on this. We're going to start with a new canvas, and I am going to upload. It is the Park Lane. It's Park Lane. Okay, yes. So here is upload. So let's just start here with a plain canvas. And this is after I have purchased, and I'll go to her site. Here is Lori Whitlock, okay? shop.loriwhitlock.com. I was able to find this by searching for BBQ. And you'll notice when you do BBQ, it comes up. There is the barbecue box card. It's not the only one. And in fact, someone, it might have been Lori, showed us one with chicken. I think that you might find that using grill. I'm not sure. But there's also this one, which is a little differently sized. It's an A2 sized grill card. So once you purchase it, you download it. So here, I'll just go here into my account, and you can see what I mean. So password has appeared in a data leak. What? I'm going to say not now for right now, and I'll go back and change it. So let's see. View order status. So once you purchase it, you go to the order status, and then right next to what you purchased. So see, I purchased the Instacube card birthday. And so I'm going to download the file. I hit download file, and I'm working on a Mac. So it brings me to this zip file. So I just have to click on that, and you'll see kind of up here, right there. It is downloading for me. So when I'm ready to bring this in, I would go to my Cricut design space, and I'd go to uploads. It's the last choice on the left-hand side nav. And we would go to upload images, browse, and this is where we would find the downloaded files. So see, here's all the downloaded files. I actually put them in little folders. So these are all things that need to be uploaded into Design Space. Lori has her own, but I think I bought this a while ago. So once I'm done downloading, I always save my SVGs. I don't know, do you guys do that? But I save them on my computer under Documents, All SVGs, and then I go to Lori Whitlock and gang, because she has quite a few people that she has their stuff for. So then I just do a search and find it. So here it is, the barbecue box card SVG. I'm going to open it, and you will see here it is. And it looks rather small. So we're going to have a look at it. So we're just going to save this and bring this in. So sometimes her files come in and they're all like really spread out. So what I do is grab it and bring it into the canvas. And it comes in rather big, so I have to make it smaller here. And the first thing you have to do is ungroup it. Now, with a box card, there are usually 4 pieces that have, they have a, well, 3 or 4, depends with her files, but they usually have these dash cut lines. These dash cut lines are for scoring. This makes a lot of Lori's files awesome to cut on the Joy, because the Joy doesn't do scoring, right? So if you are a Joy aficionado, then you might like to purchase some Lori's cards, because it does have that, because she's an outside designer, and outside designers aren't able to attach scoring to their files. So this is what they came up with. Okay, but so usually with a box card, you have 2 or 3 or 4 of these dash cut lines, but you do have to make sure that you attach them. They don't come in attached. So make sure you select each piece and just hit attach, which is down here. Down here, it's a paper clip. Attach. If you do not do this, you will end up with a mat that just, it looks almost invisible except for the dash cut lines. That's all you're doing, is attaching it to the original piece where the dash cut lines have to be. And so you can do that. Now, if you have a scoring stylus or wheel and you don't want to use the dash cut lines, some, but not all of the designers and their projects have solid cut lines, solid, okay? And you have, it's a separate file. So this is what you'd have to do. Go back to upload images and hit browse. This time I'm just going to go to my downloads and we'll look for Lori. Let's see. Let's just look at one of these. Is this going to have it? No. So some, but not all of them have solid score lines. Let's see. This one must have it. Yes. Okay. So you'll see here, there, it looks as if you're getting 2 of the same file. You are getting 2 of the sort of same file. One has the word solid in it and the other one does not. So if we click on this, the one with the solid, and bring it in, it's not going to be the one we're looking at, just so that you know. But if we bring that in, we would have to still change those solid score lines to, solid lines to score lines, because if you do not, it will just cut your piece all in all these little pieces. So you see over here, it comes in as a basic cut. So what you need to do is click on this and come up here to operation and choose a score. Once you do that, you still need to attach these to this piece. So do the attach button. Okay, so the same is for the inserts right here and right here. We're going to go and choose this part of the layer, the basic cut that almost looks like nothing is there. We're going to choose that one and then come up to the left under operation with the pull down, and we're going to choose score. You have to do that or else it will cut it all through. You don't want that, okay? So let me get rid of this. And I say some because not all of their files have this. Okay, so once you've actually attached these, the only thing you really have to do is cut it out and put it together. And I don't need to show you how to do that because it's just a basic cut. Although usually when I cut things out like I did with the camper and stuff, I try to use basic things, and then once I have one made, I always make 2 of everything, you know, and so once I have one made, then I go back and add things. So in this case, that's what I did. I decided I wanted to put a backing. This is the back of the card. So what I did was I just added a shape, a square. Okay, I did measure the back here. Where's my little measuring tape? Look at this little cutest little measuring tape I have. So cute. So I measured this like this, and I said, okay, that's 3 1/4 by 5 3/4. So I could unlock this and change it to 3 1/4 by 5 3/4, but it doesn't fit here because why? Because I didn't resize this. So, okay, I resize these sometimes. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the pieces of this original. I confuse myself, Rita. Okay, so I'm going to take all of these pieces. This is what I do. I sort of make a whole big, like, kind of like pile. Take all these pieces and put them together, including this and this. I'm going to turn this one, arrange it to the back. And this is what I do to make it the size that I want it to be. Then I select it all and I resize it to, I think I resize this to 11 and a half. It just I think that's what I sized it for. Let me just check with my piece, cutout piece. I did 11 and a half. 11 and a half is the maximum you can go, on a mat without it then turning around. So 11 and a half. So now I can do my little thing here, which is, change this box, and you see I want to make it slightly smaller, so I can either do this and sort of make it smaller that way, or I can come up here and change the width to say 3.125 by 5.5 maybe, like this. And then I have a nice cute little 1/4 inch, or you can just do this. All right. So once I did that, and I'm happy with that square, with the size of the square, I'm going to then add a circle. All right. So I'm going to add a circle, and you see I'm going to resize the circle to, a good size circle like this. And then I'm going to decide where I wanted to place it. For me, I thought maybe about 1/4 of the way down. So I'm going to size a nice size circle, and then I'm going to select these two and slice it. So now I have this piece of cutout. We can get rid of these circles, but we want it to be colorful, so I'm going to change the color just so that you know that it's a different color. But what about in here? Do we want to add a sentiment? This one here I did King of the Grill. So I went to images and I just typed King. And of course a lot came up. King, Baking King, King of Spring, some of these, Birthday King, some of these I've never heard of. King of the Patch, what's that? King of the Kitchen, and as you go, here's King of the Grill, which I pulled in. It does have two like spatulas, which I think would look good, but my circle's kind of small, so instead I ungrouped it and took those away because I thought that they wouldn't fit or it would be too small. And then all I did was size it by using it against, if I can grab it, come on. Okay, size it by sort of filling it up into that circle. And there we go. So when I cut this out, I am going to cut this out in a fancy paper from Park Lane. And then I'm going to save the circle on the inside. And I'm going to flip it over. And then I'm going to cut out this King of the Grill in vinyl. Okay. And then I'm going to show you how to put that together. So I don't need to show you how to cut this out, but I do want to point out, because people are starting that purchased new machines are starting to get their new machines. So I wanted to point out one thing that's different about Design Space working with a new machine. I'm working with an Explore 3. So when you go to make it, you are immediately faced with the decision. Now this is, I think, only if you have the Explorer 3 selected or the Maker 3 selected, you're immediately faced with the decision of how are you going to cut this out. Now, because I have one thing that was going to be cut out by only one thing that was going to be cut out in vinyl using smart vinyl. I chose on matte because the rest of it was going to be done using just my paper scraps. Okay, so I chose that because I wanted the least amount of fussing with my, with having to fuss with, is it on the mat? Is it not on the mat? But before I went to the third page, I need to change this King of the Grill. So I'm going to change this. I always make two, as you guys know, and I need to find the mat that says King of the Grill, and I have to change here. This is only for the new machines that you're going to be using smart materials for, and you have to change it at this place. You cannot change it on the third screen. So you're going to go here and choose without mat. Okay, and you have to do it here. If you get to this page, it's too late, and you have to cancel and go back to the middle page. And that is why we have that middle page. Isn't that cool? So this is all just regular cutouts. I tried to jazz it up by using really bright colors, but a lot of it is gray. And so, that's to be expected. It is a grill. So let's put this together. It's so much fun, so easy. And as I mentioned to you all, these box cards are very similar, often very, very similar. And so you don't have to worry about putting these together, because they're most of the time, even if you don't have this particular one, it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to understand. So this is the main piece, as you know, and there are dash cut lines right here and here, but not here. And so we're going to fold at all of those cut lines, those dash cut lines, I should say, dashed, that make the scoring. And I tend to fold both ways, but you can do you and do whatever you want. But before we start to put it together, I like to start by closing up the box and then putting all the pieces on. So this is what I'm doing. I've got all of my pieces folded, and I'm going to take my glue. I hope my glue works because I had the cap off of it. Come on. Oh, yeah. Can't keep this is Barely Art Precision Craft Glue, my new favorite. And I do have the Ultra Precision tip on there. And there it is. And so you have to keep it closed up. So here we go. Just putting a little bit of glue and closing up the box. Make sure you do this on a flat surface, okay? Because otherwise it might not sit right when you hold it up. And usually once I do that, I kind of just make sure that it's nice, good, and attached. And then I start looking for pieces to attach to the card. So let's do the back first, since that was my addition to this project. So here is the back that I cut out again in that Park Lane. And so it cut out the circle, and I just flipped over the circle like this. And I like the circle because it looks like a grill mark. So we're going, and we could do it this way if we wanted to, but I like it this way. And I'm going to just glue this to the back, the outside. So there it is. There's a little bit of space around it. I like about 1/4 of an inch around there. And then this just goes in here real easy. Now here is our vinyl that I already weeded, and I cut out, again, as I mentioned, I cut it out on the smart vinyl, and it was just an image that I found in Design Space. Here's a piece of transfer tape. I'm really starting to like cutting out the sentiments in vinyl. It's something that I experimented with last year, and I really started getting hooked on it. And so this is kind of a new thing for me, and I really like it. So got my nails done, so of course I can't pick anything up. All right, so here is the transfer tape. And I did, there we go. There we go. So I did burnish it. You saw me burnish it. I'm going to take it and put it right there. I can use the actual lines in the paper if I want to. I'm not pushing the tape down all the way because I want it to come off and not ruin that paper. Okay? So there's the back. Woo woo. So let's admire that. Woo. Such a great idea. Okay, so then let's put together the rest of the grill. So the rest of the grill has these little pieces. This is like the cabinet. And we're going to need these little tiny grills. Now, all of the other little baby pieces are going to be put together, and they're going to be on the insert part of the card. Wait, let me get these little, come on, where's my little knobs? There's supposed to be 4 knobs. That's the thing with these cards, is that the pieces are little, and it does take some getting used to that you don't actually... and they don't end up on the floor or something. Well, okay, 4. I have 4. All right. So on the front of the card, we're going to put the cabinet where you have the cabinet, oh death. Sorry. That's where the propane is. And we're going to put this, I think we put this little thing. Yeah, we put this little thing on here. Let us glue this. Here. And it's going to go here, and then this is going to be where the knobs are. So need to make room to keep those knobs on there. All right. So these little tiny pieces, if you're not so nimble with them, which I am not, can tend to get really gluey and stuff. So this is what I use. You guys do not have to use this. You can try using special things, like for instance this, which we've talked about before. It's called a quick stick, but I think they've actually replaced it with something else. I think they call it a glue pierce, or I don't know, but this works well too. But I need to get all of these little circles on here. And when you're picking them up, it can be a little bit of a problem. So I'm putting the glue on where I want them. And then I take my weeding tool and I just put it in place, never touching that glue, because otherwise it will get on the front of your piece. You see, that's my little secret. To making it appear as if no glue gets on the front of your pieces. But if you have another secret, hey, you do that. But for me, this is how I do it with those little teeny tiny pieces. So here is the front of our grill. Front, there's the back. The sides are going to get these little grills here. And then the back has 2 little pieces. So let's put some glue on there. I am using this. This tip is called the ultra fine tip, ultra precision tip, something like that. And we are going to just put a little bit, just a tiny bit. Now listen, you do not need this to make your cards. If you can't get your hands on it, or it's too dang expensive, you can actually buy little tiny bottles that you can refill and put them in that have tips. They're little, and they're usually used for quilling. You could probably find them in Amazon or on Amazon. Or if you just can't find them, just use your bottle. If it comes out too fast, you can use a little like toothpick for this kind of thing. Just a little the really tiny lines, fine lines. The only thing I'll tell you not to do is just don't cover it in glue, because then you'll be like so sad because you'll see the glue seeping out of all of the pieces, and we don't want that. Okay, so here we go. Put it on this way. Have to have the grills go both ways. And then the back piece is a grill as well, just kind of be that, you know, the place where you put the corn. At least that's where I put my corn. It always burns anyway. My son will not let me grill. I mean, he's like, you can't grill. Because the first time I got this new grill, I totally messed up and I burned the chicken, and I made chicken. It was charred. I mean, literally like charcoal bricks. And he's remembered that because he has a great memory, and he's remembered that. And so now every time he's like, no, don't do the grill, Mom. So we have this beautiful grill, and unless we have somebody come over, like my sister or something, he doesn't want to eat off of the grill. So I cook it in my air fryer or something like that. So anyway, so this part is supposed to be the handle on there. Now the actual card itself, the outside is done. There's nothing on the side pieces. Sometimes she'll have side pieces, but it's supposed to look like a grill, and it does. So let's put together the insert. So there are 3 inserts. And they're labeled 3, 2, and this one I think has a 1 on it somewhere. Yep, here's the 1. It just didn't cut out. 3, 2, 1, and I know I have it upside down because of the way the 1 was facing. Yay, Lori. All right, so the 1 is going to be where the hamburger goes. The 2 is where the ketchup and the mustard are going to go, and the 3 is where the flame and then these spatula utensils are going to go. So let's start with 3 and do the flame. So cute. So it's just this little piece. Now I had trouble cutting this piece of orange paper. It is kind of a low quality. I don't have a lot of good orange papers. So here we go. I think it's funny sometimes. I was reading something on Reddit. I suppose I shouldn't go there, but I was reading on Reddit, and you know, people are like, it's kind of funny because people are blaming Cricut for you know, like, oh, Design Space stinks. And then they go and they use the cheapest products. And they're like, why is Design Space ruining this? And I'm like, if you used the way it was supposed to be used, and you use the right product in there, they're always trying to like save money, but then they just want to complain. And it's like, you know, that's why I just don't complain about it. I mean, yeah, Design Space can be a little buggy sometimes, but it's not like it's ruined. It's like people just love to trash it, and it's really not that bad. So I really feel bad for new people, like on Reddit. They're like, but I was just about to buy a new machine, and I don't know, you know, should I buy a Cricut? And the thing is, yeah, they should buy a Cricut. Now, there are other machines out there. You can do and buy the machines you want to buy. But to be honest, I am a product expert for Cricut, so I'm just not going to be talking about those other machines because I don't know the first thing about those machines. And not only that, but I am committed to the Cricut brand, and I have been since 2012 because I find their customer service to be outstanding. I just do. And they've always been very kind to me and very responsive. So I'm going to stick where the customer service is best. And I'm putting together, I know I haven't said anything about this, but just figured it would be good for you to watch anyway. So I'm putting together these handles, but I can't find that little red piece for, oh, here it is. Okay. And put it on there and just pat it on. So there is number 3. All right, you'll notice that it has these little dash cut lines there. So that's, we're going to put that in a second. All right, and then so let's do number 2, which is the ketchup and the mustard bottle. And so here's the ketchup bottle. I was tempted to put mustard ketchup on the labels, I will tell you that. So, because the labels are actually blank. And I was tempted, and I suppose you could be too. And this to me looks like a maxi pad, but okay, whatever. And this is how you put together this part of it. So let's remove it. I have all the pieces. And if you have a really, really small handwriting, you could probably handwrite ketchup and mustard if you wanted to, or you can leave it blank. I like it to have all those little details. So I was thinking, maybe I could have my machine put the ketchup and mustard. Maybe I will do that, go back and add that. Because there's no denying, it is ketchup and mustard. So come on, little guy. So I think the hardest part about doing these types of Lori Whitlock is all the little teeny tiny pieces, and when you're cutting it out especially, because you have to sort of like make a little pile to the left. That's what I do. But one trick that I've done before when I've been cutting these out in large quantities, which I have done, is I keep like a mat to my left hand side, and then I put the pieces on the mat because it will stick. I mean, it doesn't need to stick all the way. It just needs to stick enough that it's not going to go flying off my desk when Benji comes over and wants a cuddle. So for me, that was like a little trick when I used to make cards for my Etsy shop. I'd make the same card, and make 10 of them or something. And so I'd have it in stock. So there is the mustard and ketchup. It's so cute, right? I will admit that the hamburger did give me a little bit of grief. So here's the hamburger. So it has not pickles, lettuce. It has the bun. It has the hamburger. It has cheese. It has tomato. And so when I put this together, I didn't really, let me show you mine. It kind of slid around here. I probably shouldn't have done that. And then the hamburger was much bigger. So I need to keep in mind that the hamburger should probably go on there, but I need to make sure that this bottom of the bun is going to really show. And this piece, because it's the one piece and there's no dash cut lines, is actually going to go on the inside of this, okay? So let us be very careful. Bad pun. I could do that. Let us be careful with making the hamburger. Okay, so here's the bottom piece. Maybe I'm supposed to put it together. I don't know. You'll figure it out too, you guys. So there's the burger part. Move this down, but not terribly down. And then comes the cheese, which is supposed to go right over there. Doesn't that look like cheese? Have you guys ever seen that hamburger box card that I've done? I love that box card. It's also for Father's Day. Maybe we should make it again. It's by SVG Cuts. It is so awesome. Probably my favorite box card in the world because it's literally a box that's a hamburger. So cute. All right, where'd my cheese go? I'm getting a little overexcited. Okay, so here, we're going to put, I think what I'll do before I put the cheese is I will put that tomato in there. What do you think? Okay, Rita, this isn't rocket science. So, cheese is a little bit bigger. Now, maybe I should put the, I don't know. This is very good for challenging your mind. So if you are a person that likes to do little puzzles and stuff, this kind of project is great for that. Also, I have a lot of practice because my son was a Lego aficionado. I think I've told you this before. When he was diagnosed with autism, one of the things that I realized was that he needed to just like stimulate his brain because he wasn't a talker. So I got him interested in Lego, which is a very expensive hobby. And what ended up happening was I would put them together and he would take them apart. So he never actually and he put his own little creations together, which is fine. But the thing was that I would buy all those fancy sets and I'd spend all this time putting it together and then he'd take it apart. You know, we had SpongeBob, we had, I don't know, Marvel, like with the Joker. I mean, we had all that stuff. The only thing he never got into was Star Wars, which is good because those are just like all gray. And I just never got into Star Wars anyway. Okay, look at my hamburger. It's much better, isn't it? Much better than my original hamburger, which doesn't look like it's a low carb burger because it has no bun. The bun's actually inside there. So what I'm going to do is put glue here. And I am going to slide it into the inside front of this grill and see how the hamburger is showing with the bun on the bottom. So cute, right? All right. The last piece, which was like the little piece de resistance, is that. And so here is tab 2 and tab 3. I always put the 3 in before 2. Don't ask me. I don't know. I've tried it different ways, but for me, just easier this way. So I put the glue on either side of those tabs and kind of fold them in a little bit. Place them so that they're touching the back of the box, like this. I don't know why I'm talking like that. But here you go. See that? Now, when you're putting these tabs in, even though the glue is not yet set, I always try to make sure that I can fold it. That's because sometimes you either don't fold it right on that line, or you put it in sort of crooked, and it causes a problem where you can't get this to lie flat, and you can't either put it in an envelope or mail it to somebody, or put it away at the end of the season. So we've got that on really good, and there's number 2 again. We're going to fold in those flaps, and we're going to put the flap so that it's right next to, see that? It's right next to the front of the flap number 3. So this is what it's going to look like, okay? Let me show you from the bottom too, all right? It has to be really flat like this. that's so that you can fold it. And so this is how you would fold it. And again, remember your glue is still a little wet. So there you go. So while we're waiting for that glue to dry, let's talk about this little adorable, which I cut out in this, the oven mitt. This is a little piece of, what is this, twine? Not really twine. This is, I think, hemp. And so it has a little teeny tiny hole in it. And I'm going to cut it. I actually put a little knot here on the bottom. I don't know why, but I thought it looked better like this. And then I want it to hang. You see it has something on the other side, but I want it to sort of hang off the grill like this, but I want it to hang. Like I want it to just like move, like be a moving part. So what I did was I went and got a piece of tape from my darling tape dispensers that Gladys sent me, regular tape, right? And I put, let's do it on the flat surface. So I put the tape like this, and then I put it inside of my box like this. But gotta be careful because I don't want to see that tape. There we go. Make sure it's no tape. Of course, you guys will do it better than me, but that's what I did. I don't think glue works in this particular case. I really don't think the glue will work. All right. And if you decide not to do this a little part, then you don't have to. You can just kind of glue it on to the front, but I liked having it move around. I can see the tape a little bit, but I could just cut that off later. And there you have it. It's a King of the Grill barbecue box card. I will mention that Lori's designs often do not have envelopes, okay? And that's because she mostly will make these to fit into, I want to just check, this will go into a 5 by 7 inch envelope. She does make them for the A2 size, so you can buy a lot. A pop dot might work. You're right. So, I don't know. But if you put the pot dot, well, it might. Yeah. So, I just like it like this. I think you could even enhance it by putting something here or on the side. You could add, but I just kind of got like, I don't want to overdo it either. So this is a Lori Whitlock barbecue grill card, box card that I have embellished with Cricut shapes and Cricut vinyl. And that is it. That's it, folks. Isn't that great? It's so lovely. I really, really like it. So, as far as tomorrow goes, hey, do you see my little ribbon? Isn't that adorable? Oh, yeah, she has free envelopes available, somebody's saying. So, I don't know. I never make envelopes. I just buy them. You guys know. So, tomorrow, I was thinking about, I got this pack of these plastic or acrylic circles. They're keychains. So, I was going to show you how to do that. And actually, this one here has hexagons here. And they're pretty cool, but they're super small. And I got to tell you, it's a little bit vexing. What I did for this one is I cut out the vinyl and I did it mirrored. So it looks like this. And then I put it on here. I'm really new at keychains, so I think maybe need another day to play with them, but I did put it on the back there, and I'm going to play a little bit, but it came with all these little tassels and everything, so that might not be tomorrow. That might be Wednesday, and tomorrow, let's see, what should we do tomorrow? Well, if all goes as planned, what we'll do is we'll do that print and cut coupon for Dad, okay? We'll do the and yeah, so with the keychain fob, don't forget to post the link. Oh, from Friday. Okay, so on Friday, as you guys know, we made all these adorable bows. Isn't that cute? Here's another one that I made, and I will not confess. Okay, I'll confess. I did wear this in my hair the other day until Owen said, "What's that in your hair?" Because I wanted him to notice. But now I'm just putting it here on my little shelf. Okay. And I will post the materials on where I got those key fobs as well. I put them all away. So there's that. And I'll do all the links, I promise. And remember, you guys, get your name in. Get your name in for the giveaway, the Joy giveaway. And congratulations to our winners from our Zoom call, Lynn and Lori, for making some pretty awesome things. I hope that you will share the pictures in one of the groups. That would be real nice to see those as well. So thanks, everybody. If you try this, post it. I want to see what you came up with. And we will see you again. Thank you. I'm the greatest, according to Deidre. She's so sweet. So definitely post. I want to see you in the groups. Thank you also for volunteering. I have 3 volunteers for helping being engagement ambassadors, and I'm going to be talking with them soon, and we're going to get them involved in those groups. That should be fun. So thanks everybody for coming. Have a wonderful day. I hope you get some crafting in, and just enjoy your day. See you tomorrow.